Yo, what is up, y'all? Before I get to this wrestling news intro, we gotta kick this off with the wrestling news intro. Oh man, this is completely shocking. The shocking news that Hulk Hogan has passed away, and this is really sad, bro. This is Oh my God. If I want to know Hulk Hogan is, that was all she wrote for him. But they were I was all on Twitter, and this is how I probably inform on Twitter. Then I saw what went down, and and apparently when this happened. Brooke Hogan at his peace following his father's passing, and the father's died with the final place of his final photo in this video and the final breath on Monday Night Raw. So this is where I saw what happened before, and this was on a post on Twitter, and they posted a Twitter right there on here with our Hulk Hogan's passing before we move on to the rest of the news, and here's all the this on Twitter. Let's see to find out. Okay, so here we are in this. In the Undertaker's on Twitter X, and on it says this: the wrestling world has lost a true legend. His contributions to our business are immeasurable. For that, I am appreciative. Thank you, Hulk Hogan. That makes sense. Hulk Hogan was a true legend. I was the fortunate to work with him a couple of times, including this memorable one. It was easy to do a Hulkster impersonation when a million guys like my age, I practiced in the mirror 1,000 times growing up. Kane. Kane, man, I am so happy that Kane see this one. Now, let's check on Ric Flair. On his on X. I'm absolutely shocked to hear about the passing of my close friend Hulk Hogan. Hogan's been by my side since we started in the wrestling business. An incredible athlete, talented friend, and a father. Our friendship has meant the world to me. He was always there for me, even when I didn't ask for him to be. He was one of the first to visit me when I was in the hospital with a 2% chance of living. He prayed by my side. Hulk also lent me money when we were sick. Hulkster, no one will ever compare to you. Rest in peace, my friend. That's good enough here. But also we are Patrick Legend Hogan. We lost one of the commissioner of TNA. And shit. It was all said and done. But Hulk Hogan did what so happened. Here's a little your tribute news on this one, so let's see. Trump pays tribute to the great friend Hulk Hogan. Hogan after wrestling icon at death at 71. President Trump paid tribute. President paid tribute to Hulk Hogan Thursday following the wrestling icon death at age 71. We know the great friend day, the Hulkster, the president said in the statement of Truth Social, Hulk was at the manga all the way. Strong, tough, smart, but with the biggest heart. He gave an absolutely electric speech at the Republican National Convention that was one of the highlights in the entire week. He entertained the fans all over the world, and in the cultural impact, he had a massive at Trump 79 to his wife, Sky, and family. We give a warmest best wishes and love. Hulk Hogan will be greatly be missed. The 6-time undisputed WWE Championship tour officer we found that Trump fans take top on leave at last July RNC Milwaukee just states that the former and future president narrowly escaped with assassination attempt. That was last year what Hulk Hogan just says, but yeah, this what else had done. And there's Brooke Hogan says, "Oh, okay, here he is." Brooke Hogan at peace following the father's death at the final conversation. Okay, I'm sorry. Brooke Hogan is expressing gratitude for having the one final chance to tell her father, Hulk Hogan, that she loved him. Even though the two were estranged at the time of his passing, the news report by TMC shed light on the fractured relationship between the wrestler icon and his daughter's final years. According to TMC sources close to the family, Brooke learned of their father's death on Thursday morning. When her brother Nick texted her husband with the news, the report states that the father-daughter relationship had been broken for some time due to the accumulation of issues over the years, and Brooke's feelings about how her father treated her. One final conversation. The last time the two spoke was reportedly in a phone call 2 weeks before Hulk Hogan married Sky Daly in September 2023. During that final conversation, that sources says Brooke expressed her deep love and concern for her father's declined health. We're told she urged her dad to slow down, enjoy her life, but Hulk didn't want to hear it, and it has spoken since, the report states. During the same call, Hulk Hogan reportedly apologized to his daughter that he was not specific about what he was sorry for, despite the typical flaw and relationship. But Brooke was always coming from a place of love, for the protector of her father, even when her concern was not well received. Attempt to reconcile the estrangement that was significant enough that Hogan had not met Brooke's children. According to the report, Brooke's husband made multiple attempts to mend the relationship, including reaching out to Hulk after Brooke nearly died during the childbirth. However, Hulk responded coldly and never made an effort to meet Brooke's kids. The source at TMC added he only wanted the relationship on these terms. So I did not see it coming here. Well, all the purposes of Hulk Hogan, I mean, you just see what's going down there. I mean, you gotta give him credit too. But yeah, that's all I gotta say to him. But that's all I gotta say with Hulk Hogan, and he is definitely one of the legendaries of the great. And in my opinion, Jake the Snake tweeted and it says it's hard to put to words what Hulk Hogan's meant to professional wrestling and entertainment. He may be gone, but his memory lives on forever. R.P. Hulkster. That's much of a. Well, it was hard to say the goodbye to him, but that's not the way heartbreaking that everyone else seen that. When I left work before I went to go home, I was like, damn. Did Hogan just no. This ain't real. This ain't real. But it wasn't that hard to see this one. It's just obvious. It's not. It's like that for all the occasion here. Even Hogan is having a good time here for life home, including Ric Flair. Ric Flair was on the Twitter and he says, with a heartbroken to Hulk Hogan, he made the artifact. For Hulk, I would say this. This was on a sale Twitter, and he says, "What is the biggest star history?" And whatever happened to him? Um, it's kind of complicated with Hulk. I mean, look what it says in the news. In this, it's a little passion. Isn't it obvious on his side? We have lost one of the three greats. First Malcolm with Jamal Warner, then Ozzy Osbourne. I ain't never see it coming. It's been so lately, and my opinion, it was to say that one of his quotes. He said on the quotes, everybody eat your vitamins. You gotta better start training, eat the vitamins, and say a prayer. That's one of those quotes I said, and this is what I said before. I would never, ever see the Hulk Hogan do like this. And Chris Jericho stated a tweet, and he restarted WCW. He had a pleasure meeting one of his childhood heroes, and then years later, he had a blast with them. But as old good enough, is that what Hulk Hogan said? But whatever the case may be, one of the truths I kind of ever heard was happening. The Miz was looked up to him, and some God with that moment on is well soon here. But Hulk Hogan will live on forever be more and indefinitely. But that's the case for him and this war. Hulkamania will live forever, and an entire story will live on. And I hope SmackDown is going to have a tribute on Hulk Hogan. So, there's that. Now, moving on to the news. And speaking of more news, we got WWE has significant plans for Stanley Care. And new reports that suggest that WWE had big plans for Stanley Care. Following her standout performance after the recent Evolution 2 pay-per-view, the fan favorite star impressed fans in the management since signed to the promotion. The significant plans for the fall, according to Porter Writer folks, the companies have already preparing the Anime Fat Care's character for significant push headed to the fall this season. And WWE has significant plans for Stanley Care headed to the fall. Marketing and creative, the service have already presented her with several character upgrades, including refinements to her overall presentation, to her signature horns that are expected to remain a part of the look. And Stanley Care was amazing. I was so ecstatic for him, and he wasn't going over the deep. Man's thinking he was so now, I guess Stanley Care is one of the most popular superstars out of history. So, I guess Stanley Care gonna have an answer. What's next? What is it? Major League Wrestling coming up. Wait a minute. Oh, there it was. What about Jimmy? What about Jimmy Uso? That's a question I had to answer. What about Jimmy? What if news? Okay. So, there's a backstage news. And I want to know that answer. That's the news I had to answer here. Backstage news on Kane Cross and Scarlett's WWE contracts. Uh-oh. Despite the regularly appearing on the WWE television and taking part of the recent pay-per-view event, Kane Cross is reportedly still operating without a new WWE contract. According to several wrestlers who have spoken directly with him, Cross has stated that neither Nor or Scarlett have a new deals with the company, and they haven't even been approached to begin negotiations. Fibers elect that reporting Cross that a current contract and believe it expired in August. Oh no, that's next month. That's next month. So that means Karrion Kross will have to sign a new contract for him. So what does this mean? Scarlett and Karrion Kross will have to expire in August? This is on next month. I mean, after he beat Sami Zayn, I mean, what is new? But I like Karrion Kross, but it is what happened. WWE has remained tight-lipped internally about the situation, even as Kross continued to be featured on TV and recently received new merchandise, typically of indicators of an active or upcoming contract extension. At least 6 industry sources that confirm hearing the same account that either Kross or Scarlett regarding their current status. At this week, WWE still have plans for Kross and Scarlett for moving forward. So, I guess Kross will get an answer with this one. I mean, does Kross gonna move forward? Or what else will happen? Okay. So, what's gonna happen? Oh, this is what I'm TNA News. Reports that Moose injured at TNA Slammiversary. As we previously reported on EWN News, Moose announced that he was taking a step back following his loss to Leon Slayer at TNA Slammiversary 2025. On today's episode on Weather Server Radio, Brian Alvarez revealed that the former X Division champion suffered an injury during the match. The injury occurred early on after Moose took a flip dive from the apron to the floor, landing hard on the ringside mat. He bounced off the surface, but quickly got back at his feet. He pushed through the match despite the continuing several planned spots were cut due to the injury, which is believed to involve Moose back at this time. There is no word that he will return on TNA program. I don't know what happened. I guess. So, AW News. Okay. We gotta see. Major changes made in AEW due to the recent injury. Colton Gunn is currently sidelined due to the injury, ruling the Guns out of the newly announced AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament. The injury occurred during last week's episode of the Collision, and it was confirmed that AEW Dynamite that the team will not be participating. According to the Fightful Select, the Guns were originally slated to take part in the tournament before Colton's injury, altered those plans, while AEW did not reveal the full list of participating teams during this week's episode of Dynamite. The reports note that the company may hold out for Colton that might be clear in time, but that is no longer appear the case. On behalf of KT Chris and Hulkamania Nuggets 2, we wish to Colton Gunn a speedy recovery and hope we will be back as soon as possible. Okay, so that's just good enough happening. Okay, so Mercedes Moné blast on WWE fan after the fine ass comment. Update on The Rock status. Ooh, The Rock status, huh? I guess we'll see what happens. Despite the first ever two-night on WWE SummerSlam 2025 pay-per-view event being just around the corner, BodySlam.net is reporting that there is no talk internally regarding Dwayne The Rock Johnson, aka the final boss. He will be coming in a return anytime in the near future. So apparently, I do not want to see The Rock come into the WWE. No one telling he's not going to be at SummerSlam. I probably he is not going to be at SummerSlam. What he's going to do is going to have to a time here. So, despite the fact here, since the debut on AEW, March 2024, Mercedes Moné has enjoyed the plethora of success at AEW during the ongoing reign as TBS champion, 422 days. And Moné has huge defeat names like Chris Stanley, Sky Blue, Will Nightingale, Mina Shirakawa, Anna Jay, Hikaru Shida, and Britt Baker. Moné was undefeated in the single matches until there was AEW on in Texas. She was defeated by Toni Storm. On Wednesday, the CEO made some headline hooks into her comments, and it was one of the fan that said, "Yo, bring your fine ass back to WWE." And this what happened. Fightful Wrestling said that Mercedes Moné finds herself on Instagram. She hated Yachty says, "Need to bring your fine ass to WWE." And Mercedes Moné says, "I need your ugly ass to watch AEW." So that is why Mercedes Moné was the longest women's champion by my ad. I guess we'll have to see. And finally, the Twitter account Rolling Loud sound team tracker said Triple H. As you can see below, yo, what's good, Triple H? Oh my God! I mean, you can see what happened. And now, Pat McAfee issued a apology with the remarks, and who he are part of apologies here, and Pat McAfee was going to apology after he gonna slow down with WWE. And ESPN host and the former NFL player Pat McAfee is an apology to the University of Mississippi student Mary Kay Cornett. Months after reference of false and damaging by the rumors on her show on his show. The incident stemmed from baseless claims that circulated on a Yik Yak on an anonymous social media platform, alleging that a female Ole Miss student had slept with her boyfriend's father. McAfee repeated there were rumors back on the air of February on whether he was false. Time after the false. On Wednesday, he addressed the matter directly during the Pat McAfee show, expressing the regret on the takeaway responsibility for amplifying his mistake. He said, I can now happily share with you that I recently got to meet Mary Kay and her family. I got a chance to sincerely apologize to them, acknowledge that what I said about Mary Kay basically on what about others saying on the internet. McAfee admitted that the time of the issue of public policy that explained that he wanted them to speak privately on the first speak on the Cornett family. Privately, he described to them wonderful people and said that he was grateful in the opportunity. He took opportunity to express his remorse directly. He said, I deeply regret the pain that was caused. I hated seeing what my show was part of after I watched her interviews and hearing what she went through. In April interview on NBC News, Cornett said the devastating fallout that experienced after the rumor went viral. She and her family harassed relentlessly that her home was swatted. A dangerous prank involving a false emergency call to trigger a police raid, and her personal phone number was leaked online, leading to 1,000 messages including death threats. Okay, so Pat McAfee, this thing happened. He did an apology for his family for all the purple he did. So, for what it's worth, I mean, you gotta give him a help from him. But this time right here, in the rest of the world reacting news about Hulk Hogan's death, the wrestlers all at the same time. Charles Flair has no idea that Hogan, for 8 years ago, was he nearly passed away. And she wrote it. While I nearly lost my dad 8 years ago, one of the few people who was there on it was Hulk Hogan. My heart breaks for Nick and Brooke. Rest in peace, brother. So that's just here. Conrad Morton's guy said Hulk Hogan the reason to feel love wrestling. Thank you for the memories. I pray for the peace with coming to the family. That's really nice for him. Elijah Burke says this on a tweet. I'll never forget being able to share the ring with someone who helped my childhood, my daughter brings to go out to Brooke, Nick, and the entire Boyle family. One love. Look at him. This one in childhood history. And EC3 with his picture on him, that's him. He was on a good year. The NWA says the National Wrestling Alliance mourns the passing of Terry Bollea, known president of the world over as Hulk Hogan. On this sad occasion, we extend the deepest sympathy to Hulk's family, friends, and millions of fans. Vince Russo says, I am floored, speechless, don't know what to say, shock and denial. The final process. And Frank Kazarian. He's with Hulk Hogan with Christopher Daniels. Trevor Lee says, you love him, you hate him. You have to respect the fact the business will be where today. Without him, the Hulks, R.B. Hulkster, and James Storm. Thank you, brother. That's very good for you, James Storm, but I'm a big fan of your wrestling. But and tribute to our Lord there, R.B. Hulk to heaven. RVD, he tweeted, Solid Rob Van Dam. And TNA gonna. TNA is we saying about Hulk Hogan anyway. Hulk Hogan started TNA in 2010. And he was all that done. Jake the Snake did Red Easy's brother, Pat McAfee. Look at him. I was a little remember back in the day. Ah, man. Robert Stone says Hulk was the man. Period. I often gotta work. I often forget I gotta work with and film segments during the way the TNA run. Oh, it was that moment on this show. God, with this brother. And last but not least, Drew McIntyre talked about Travis Scott, and he says on daily basis. And now, what he just said about Travis Scott, I want to hear what he had to say. That was not what Travis Scott not reached.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at it again with another video. So we're gonna check out Drew McIntyre being on the Logan Paul podcast, and Drew being the individual that he is. He holds nothing back. Apparently, there's a few clips going around on social media of Drew just telling it like it is, telling it how he feels, doesn't care who he offends. Drew is in his bag. He's been in his bag for quite some time. And honestly, he's become a fan favorite. He's definitely one of my favorites in WWE because what you see on social media and how he portrays himself there, how he portrays himself on the actual shows, seems more like his real life personality, how he really feels about certain individuals. So we're going to check out the part of the podcast where he's specifically talking about Travis Scott and CM Punk. I'm gonna link down an original video down below so that way you guys can check out the remainder of the podcast. I'm not gonna react to the whole show. That way you guys can go check it out for yourselves. I do plan on checking out probably the rest of it after I finish reacting to a bit of this particular section of the podcast. But all right, let's get right into it. Let's see Drew be who he loves to be himself.
That like a celebrity thinks they can just come in the business and get the green room and fly on the jet and
just 6-minute run in at WrestleMania and screw up our damn main event. Travis Scott,
which happened.
He ain't hold no punches, just right into it. You just ruined our main event, bro. What the hell? Hold on, we gotta run that back because he just said it so casually.
And the jet and
just 6-minute run in at WrestleMania and screw up our damn main event. Travis Scott,
which happened by the way,
piece of shit.
Yeah, so like I'm a little bit sick of the outsiders. Mike is the answer, and so like no disrespect to Jelly Roll outside of the WWE, but in the WWE, I fully intend to disrespect him a lot.
It just sucks that it had to be Jelly. Because he's got to be one of the most beloved people in the world, and
not
right now. I mean, if you ask anybody out there, Jelly Roll is probably one of their favorite people. I mean, does it sadden you guys to know that you'll be just continue to be so hated for going up against someone that's so beloved?
He's choosing to step in the ring. Like I said it on Saturday's main event,
and I like what they're doing here. I like that they're. It's funny because obviously they're teammates. You know, they're going to be partners at SummerSlam going against Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. I like the fact that they're kind of keeping it within the storyline, keeping the kayfabe vibes of it. Like they're not directly, just exposing everything, but they're just they're keeping the story going forward, even though they're on a podcast having a very serious conversation. So I like that they're doing that. I can appreciate that.
I'm going to kick him in the stupid face. And if you step into our ring, you make yourself a target. He wanted the big, shiny WWE, watched it all his life, was a big fan, and he decided to get in our world, screw with Logan, put hands on Logan to begin with, and then cost me a freaking match against Randy Orton. I was out for 5 weeks. I came back, new mindset, new Drew. I'm not going to get involved in all these personal issues I've been involved with for the past 2 years, people like Punk and Priest. That's not getting me any titles. I want the damn title back. I wanted that win over Randy to put me on track to beat Cena, the current bitch version of Cena.
Oh,
and he's
okay, Drew talking that Drew talk. I can appreciate it. Let's go.
screwed it all up. He being Jelly Roll, and he deserved to get kicked in his stupid face and start in SummerSlam. Logan and I are just going to embarrass both of them. I'm going to get my victory over Randy, boot his arse, embarrass Jelly Roll, get more eyes on us, get more eyes on the product, so everybody wins, especially me and Logan.
Well, I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Faster. You're Scottish. You can
That was incredible.
rattle off.
Hey, maybe he can talk in complete sentences.
Come on. I saw the clip and then like the.
I was just curious because I was just curious why you would want to help this guy out.
I know it wasn't you guys. You guys are better than this. It was like Logan burns Drew, and I watched it. That's not a burn. That's just we haven't talked long enough. Backstage, I mumble. I don't have a clear, voice. I'm from Scotland. I've got an accent, whatever. But you put a microphone in front of me, a camera in front of me, I have to make a point. I'll turn it on like that. Backstage, I'm not wasting my time turning it on. Screw that. I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah, you do turn it on. And backstage, you're not really in the friends making business.
No.
Kind of just about the business.
But around for 25 years, one thing I've learned is we're not friends. We're not family. I was led to believe, I started wrestling at 15 years old. I was always led to believe this is your family. These are your brothers and sisters.
And this is why I can see how he moves. Because I'm sure people have made that mistake. You get back there, you think these people are, they're in the same business as you are. We're family. We have something in common. We love professional wrestling. When you start to realize a lot of people are there for themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. But some people are so selfish to a fault, they will throw you under the bus to make themselves look good. And that's probably in a lot of workplaces and a lot of career paths out there in the world. But especially in the wrestling business, it's all mostly about yourself and getting yourself to that point. And people will, take advantage of those that are trying to build that family relationship and use those individuals. So I can see Drew early in his career, like, yeah, man, we're all family here. And then he probably ran into some people and he started to realize they don't give a damn about me at all. Actually, they despise me. You know what? So I'm going to have to do things my way.
You spend more time with each other than you do with your actual family, which is true. And I believed that crap my entire career, right up until CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Hell in the Cell. I was fighting for the fans and the people backstage telling everybody Punk is a genuinely awful human being, genuine piece of shit. Said it constantly and I'm getting booed. The fans are coming down on me and I'm like, how can you do this? I was your guy. I carried WWE through COVID. I proved to you I'm a good guy. There's no negative stories about me on the internet. Non-stop negative stories about him. You do a character study on him. My degree's in criminology. He's guilty beyond all reasonable doubt. He's a terrible, terrible human being. I fought him in Hell in the Cell. I nearly bled to death. I lost by blood loss, not because he beat me. Disappeared for
I love this. I lost by blood loss because he didn't beat me. This is how you stay within character. He's keeping the hatred and the kayfabe alive. I love it. I appreciate that. That's why Drew's fucking great. I didn't lose because he beat me. I lost because of blood loss. The fans turned on me. I was telling the truth. This guy's a horrible human being. I love it. Fucking love it.
How long was it? 3 months nearly. How many people called me? One.
Logan Paul.
All my brothers and sisters, I'm not going to go into it right now. All my brothers and sisters, apparently nobody called me to check in on me. All the fans moved on. And for the fans, I don't blame them. We're 52 weeks a year. No reruns, no off season. Doesn't matter if you're Stone Cold, The Rock, Logan or Drew McIntyre. Unless you're right in front of their face.
Yeah.
They're not thinking about you. Triple H sits backstage every week. They're not thinking, oh, Triple H is right there. Unless you're right in front of their face. The product moves too quick. It's not their fault. But for my brothers and sisters not to call me, to contact me, I realized what's important is getting what's yours and getting out. And that's why I like this man. He understands that he came in with the same mindset I've got now. It took me 25 years to get. We're going to get ours, then we're going to get out, and the product's just going to keep moving forward.
I mean, he's not fucking wrong. He's not wrong with having that mindset because the product does move on. There's going to always be someone that the fans want to see more. There's going to always be a new talent on the rise. Like, At the end of the day, you can do what you do for the time period you're there. You get in, you make your money, you make your star power rise, and then you get out. Because you tend to find individuals that stay way too longer than they probably should have way too many matches than they probably should have, and, you know, try to stay in the fans' face, and eventually the fans are like, all right, we want you to go. You know how it goes. But, hey, love what they're doing on this podcast, bro. Especially Drew. He's really good at just, you know, kind of keeping that kayfabe alive in a lot of situations. I can appreciate that.
I like you, Drew. This is gonna be sick.
Does that
intelligent people in a locker room full of freaking morons?
Well, that's you're deceptively intelligent. You
Thank you.
You are.
Backhanded compliment right there.
No, I mean, Drew. Like, I don't think anyone expects like a guy of your stature who's also a professional wrestler. I think it's a profession where people probably think most of us are pretty stupid. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's changing like slightly as time goes by. I've seen the difference from 07 to now and the perception of wrestling and wrestlers. But you're right, people still have that.
Well, because I think they're
perception.
peeling back the curtain a little bit.
Yeah, and also for me, it's just let me get in, you know, the environments where I can show, you know, we're not a bunch of morons. We're actually, you know, college educated. We can string sentences together. We know how to build a brand. You're the master of it. I'll be picking your brain. The more we work with each other, how I can grow this McIntyre brand.
Yeah.
And the more you put me in those situations, especially WWE, it drives me nuts when I see some of our guys on some of these huge, you know, public platforms, huge TV shows, because these days, no offense, but 85% of our guys don't look like they should be in WWE. We're on Netflix and stuff, and my buddies like will contact me and go, "Yo, I just turned on the wrestling for a while to see what you're up to."
Yeah,
and it's cool to see people. Oh, Logan Paul's on there and he's killing it. You know, Roman Reigns, what a freaking star! That guy comes on the screen, comes right off the screen. You're a freaking giant. There's these other guys that look like they should be serving me my, you know, fast food, McDonald's or whatever. And it looks like I could kick their ass. It takes me out of it, and I'm like, oh, you know, they're good at wrestling, and eventually you'll connect with them. But it's like, well, I'm not going to watch it long enough. I changed the channel. It's like, Jesus, guys, get in the freaking gym.
Yeah.
Or at least get something that grabs your attention. You don't have to all be jacked.
This guy, dude, with his sentence.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. That was he basically calling some of y'all, hey, bro, y'all look like some JAGs out there, man. Get in the gym, bro. Put some size on, bro. What are you doing? You out here looking like you should be putting the fries in the bag.
Structure.
Oh, yeah.
He might talk better than us.
Yeah, for sure. Degree in criminology.
No way. Yeah. SummerSlam is just around the corner.
Hey, man, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool, man. But hey, Drew, it's fucking Drew. What do we expect? Do I think Drew and Logan Paul win over Randy and Jelly Roll? I don't know. Because having Drew lose twice, back-to-back situations, I don't know. That's a tough one. Because I do think Drew needs some momentum, bro. He needs some momentum. But I don't know if you have Jelly Roll lose here. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Do y'all think Drew and Logan need to win more than Randy and Jelly Roll? Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards Drew and Logan because they're going to be there. I mean, Jelly Roll is Jelly Roll. He'll be fine. But they're going to be there. Drew and Logan, for the most part, they're going to be there afterwards. And you got to be doing something with Drew moving forward. So, I don't know. I think that I'm leaning towards more Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre getting a win here. So, I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know how do y'all feel about that. But I appreciate all the love and support. I'm going to link the original video down below. So, that way you guys can go ahead and check out the full podcast. But I appreciate all the love and support. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy is on the rise. And SummerSlam is just around the corner. And you don't want to miss anything happening. So, rest in peace, Hulkamania. Your Hulkamania spirit will live on and forever. Bring that guy to the field. Your boy Kitty Grit signing on DMV. And how you got next time for next week's video. And you don't want to miss out for the Sapphire champion from Street Beefs. Some of the F5 champion, you don't want to miss it. And of course, the Game High Prediction Season 4 is on the corner. So that's because you're going to miss that time soon. This is Wrestling Dudes or KT Chris. And I'm Hot Guy next time. Peace. One love. Now I'm out. See ya. Peace.
With everybody saying, yeah.
You mean
mean to tell me you watched the entire video but you haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button and become a member on Patreon or on YouTube to get access to the Discord. We're waiting for you in the Shadow Realm.
Do it! Just do it! Make your dreams come true! So just do it!
Please! Please!